Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you how I do these canvas pictures. So first of all, you need these materials for it. I use Craft and Bond to glue it down. The most important part is having a stapler. And first of all, this is the first method. Sometimes the pictures, you can't wrap them around the ends, so I just paint the edges and cut the picture to fit the canvas, and then I just use this Craft Bond to glue it in place. One thing, the Craft Bond does not work that great when you're doing this method. When you wrap it around, it doesn't really matter, but I would use something like Mod Podge next time just to make it sturdier. So this is the one that I'll be wrapping around, and this one takes a little bit more time because you need to measure and score the image so that it will wrap around your canvas neatly. So this is my canvas. It's just an old one that I'm reusing, and so I'm basically just wrapping around, scoring it with my fingers using a ruler and this score pen that I bought from Martha Stewart to score the sides, and it really works great. So I'm able to get nice crisp folding lines. So I put it around and I kind of mark where the end of the canvas is so I know where to score it. See right there, I kind of marked it. And now with my ruler, I take my ruler and then I score it with my scoring pen. So this is a really easy project. Because the image is so small, I'm able to wrap it around this canvas. Of course, the larger the image, the harder it is to do that. So here I cut the ends just so that I have crisp corners rather than bulky corners when I wrap it around, and it really helps. So I've scored the bottom now, and I'm going to cut the squares out at the bottom. So like I said, it's to make sure you have crisp edges and not bulky edges. So I'm going to use some Craft and Bond and just kind of glue it to the bottom and turn it around, and then use some glue to glue the sides to place. And then this stapler is just like a dollar stapler I have, and it works perfectly. It's not a big deal. Cut off any excess paper that you might have, and I like doing it afterwards because you don't want to have less. So like I said, just a really cheap stapler, staple it, use the Craft Bond to kind of seal it into place. I had technical difficulties here with the stapler, but once I got that fixed, I did the top, stapled it into place, and now it's completely wrapped around my canvas, and you'll see what it looks like. Now the one thing about these images, since they're printed on glossy paper, you want to add a texturizer, because if it's on glossy paper and the sun hits it in a certain way, it'll look wrinkly and not pretty. So this really works really well. It's a Liquid X, and you just literally use a spoonful and you just roll. Be careful because lint will attach to it. So you do the edges, you do the image, and you have to work quickly because it dries pretty quickly. So once it's done, this is what it's going to look like. You can tell on one side was the one without the wraparound, and the other side has a wraparound. And this is kind of a close-up to see how the texture looks. Do you see kind of how it kind of flattens the image from the glossiness? I really recommend it because the glossiness, like I said, if the sun hits it in a certain way, it will look really homemade, really ugly, and this texturizer makes the difference between night and day when you're doing these projects. Thank you.